What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing really well today. I have a bunch of stuff to show you. It is my entire band tee collection or vintage band tee collection, and let's just get right into it with some newer pickups, non-band tee pickups. So the first thing is these sunglasses by my friend Owen and his brand Somar. They're the Deadless, I think they're called, frames. They're a super sick, versatile frame. They kind of look like, if you know Rainbow Six Siege, the operator Pulse from Rainbow Six Siege, they kind of look like those. They're just really square and they fit every single face shape relatively well. Like, I have a very long face and they fit me pretty good. You'll see them like right here or something like that. But yeah, super sick, and thank you and shout out to Owen for these sunglasses. The next piece was an eBay purchase about like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It is this massive West Coast Choppers bomber. And then obviously the logo on the front and then the big logo on the back. The reason I like West Coast Choppers so much is because it is like a way cheaper alternative to ERD and Chrome, and I think it is honestly cooler. But this is just a super oversized bomber jacket, and the inside is pretty ugly. Someone put their name in it, Tabitha Pate. Don't know who that is, but shout out Tabitha for the jacket for a steal. This thing fits absolutely enormous. It's super puffy and very warm. I have yet to be able to wear it because it is so hot where I am, but within the next month, I should be able to wear this a decent amount. Next is kind of hard to see, but it is this hoodie from Nick. I'll put his IG right here on screen, but I forgot what I think it's called, the Gordo hoodie. It's just a massive oversized black split hoodie with no zipper or attachments at all. Massive hood, and it fits honestly really well, and it reminds me of the Raf Simons All Shadows hoodie, or like the New Kids Inc. one. Super sick. This is kind of like a random one, but I haven't had blue jeans in a really long time, so I decided to pick up a pair of the darkest and dirtiest pair of blue jeans I possibly could because I didn't want to risk it. These are the Basket Case Junkyard denim. They're kind of like modeled after those Balenciaga like slash denim or whatever. Super versatile pant. I've been wearing them a shit ton recently. They're just super distressed all throughout the pant, and they honestly look really good for like the wash and everything. I was kind of scared that the wash wouldn't be as good as it was online, but it is. And here's the back. The heel bite is absolutely atrocious. It kind of comes with its own heel bite, but as you walk around, it'll split open, as you can see. Now getting into all the band tees, I probably have about 16 band tees to show you, so I'm just gonna sprint through them. I'm not gonna give any background history on every single tee, but let's start off with the first one. The first one I showed in my last video. It's this Acid Bath When the Kite String Pops tee. Artwork on the front is by a serial killer, and then also on the back it's done by John Wayne Gacy. Pretty controversial, but I love it. Has a sleeve hit, and it's super oversized also. I just got another one of these coming in, so I might be selling either one of those. So if you guys want an Acid Bath shirt, hit me up. This one I think I might have shown it in the last video. This Crystal Castles Madonna 2013 tour tee. Picture of Alice and Ethan on the back. Not a big fan of Ethan for obvious reasons. Their tours on the bottom where they were. The front, iconic black eye print. Dope tee. Another Crystal Castles. This one is the Doe Deer tee. Pretty sure it's a picture of Alice on a trap house bed smoking a joint. Pretty positive, or a cigarette. And if you want to know, all Crystal Castles tees, like official ones, will be on a Bay Island tag. If they're not, it's kind of harder to tell if they're authentic or not, but this one is good. It is like one of the rarest ones I have for sure, but super sick nonetheless. It's pretty long though, unfortunately. Another Crystal Castles tee. This is the one I love dearly. One fits me pretty much perfectly, and I think this one was not on a Bay Island tag. I don't think this was an official print by them. I honestly forget because I do so much research on it. I kind of forget what I look at sometimes. This one's really good. I do want to get this tattooed on me very, very badly in the future. Probably one of my rarest Crystal Castles tees is one of the rarest ones I have, the Crystal Castles self-titled album on the front. This is a Hot Topic version. These were sold at Hot Topic in like the early 2000s when this album came out. So I do not know. I think it's official, but yeah, it definitely is. It's on Bay Island right here, but it's super cracked out, and the blue text is just super sick in my opinion. It's the coolest tee ever. This one isn't vintage, it's brand new. It was on a Comfort Colors. This is a reprint of a vintage tee, something. I forget if this is actually like an official print by Immortal, but this is an Immortal Battles in the North long sleeve with the big back hit on the back also. Great black metal band, I highly recommend them. They're definitely up there for me in the black metal genre. Anyways, I don't listen to it a ton. I definitely like their music, some of the best. This is one of like my OG band tees I've ever gotten, like the first one. Like on my Instagram, it's like one of the first ones I've ever posted. But this is just a Bauhaus tee. It's from like the 90s, I think late 90s, but super sick. Has all the members on the front, and it just says Bauhaus right across the print. Kind of like an orangish color, and it's really long, so I don't wear it a ton, but it's still nonetheless one of my favorite tees I have, and unfortunately, I just can't hold on to it anymore. So if you want this t-shirt, please purchase it from me. It is pretty long, but it still looks sick. Now I have my Clay People tees. These tees are definitely a really rare tee to come by, but it's just a super small band. I forget where they're from. It doesn't say the Clay People, anyways, that's what they're called. And then on the back, it says, "You're a giant in your own sick little world." A super sick saying, in my opinion. And don't get mad at me. I do not listen to their music that much. It's good music, but I just don't listen to it a ton. Here's also the other Clay People tee I have. This one does say the Clay People. And this one and the other one are also both from like the late 90s to early 2000s. Super sick one though, really simple on the front. And then this cool triangle kind of graphic, the Illuminati graphic with a little CP inside of a Black Widow. This one is my newest acquisition in band tees, but probably one of the best Crystal Castles tees I've seen. I think positive it's a bootleg, but I'm not sure. It could be a test print on a long sleeve, because it definitely is a vintage t-shirt, or not vintage, but like middle 2000s, 2010s. It definitely feels very like heavy cotton, but this one, I don't know if it's a test print. Super sick tee though. The Amnesty front graphic, nothing on the back unfortunately. And then you have the double Crystal Castles on the bottom, and it's super faded out. Definitely one of the coolest tees I own right now. This one is a Marduk Panzer Division long sleeve. I was looking for this tee for a really long time, kind of like even before like I got into black metal music, but this one is super sick. I love the tank on the front going through their logo on the top right here. The back says Panzer Division Marduk, the black metal war machine, and then down the sleeves it says "There's no fucking peace." Super dope long sleeve. I also released the sleeve, so the sleeve would be longer on it. Another Crystal Castles tee. This is the Crime Wave tee. I am not a big fan of this t-shirt. I've worn it like one time in my whole life. Just this weird geometric pattern on the front. Crystal Castles logo going through it. It is on a Gildan heavy cotton tag. It is like a 2000s one, so it's not super old, but it's still a good one. Another Crystal Castles tee. I keep going back to Crystal Castles tees. This is the first one I've gotten in my collection. This print on the front, usually you see it on the back of the long sleeve versions. I'll put like an image up if I can find one. This one is super sick in my opinion. It's a little bit on the slimmer side, so I don't wear it as much as I want to, but nonetheless, a really cool tee. I do wish I had the long sleeve version instead of this one, but I can't let this go, honestly. I just can't let any of the Crystal Castles go. I think this is the last Crystal Castles tee I have. I think. The Madonna Bruise tee. This one is absolutely shredded, as you can see. It has holes everywhere, and every time I wear it, the holes just keep getting bigger. It's not dry rotted, but it definitely feels as if it's almost at that point. This one is one up there with like one of my favorites. The back has nothing. I don't think a lot of the Crystal Castle stuff have back prints. Then the back has some distressing on it. There are little holes and I kind of pulled them a little too hard and they ripped. This is the last one, I think, but this is the OG Amnesty tee. This is an official print. I don't know about the long sleeve, but I know this one is an official one because it is on the Bay Island tag and it has the Amnesty 1 and Crystal Castles up here. This one I did crop myself because it was like 33 inches long. I don't know why. All Bay Island tags are that long. They're disgustingly long. I don't get too much wear out of this one, but I'm glad I don't wear it a lot because I feel like this one is the cheapest when you find them, but I have a feeling they're gonna just keep going up in value as time goes on. This is probably top 5 band tees for me. It's an OG Bauhaus Bela Lugosi's Dead tee with the print from the movie Dr. Caligari. I forgot what it is, but this dude's like, he like sleepwalks and it's really weird. It's all distressed on the front. I did crop it on the bottom, which I shouldn't have because it's a really valuable one. Probably like one of the most valuable in my collection. And then the back is super distressed all around like the shoulder seams and stuff like that. This one's kind of a shitter. It's just a typo negative tee. I love typo, but it's like all printed and stuff. I think it's like a 2010s like printed Hanes tag, like when they first started doing it. The O negative on the front, and then Express Yourself on the back with a gun, a switchblade, and pills, and then that. It's kind of hard to wear this around just because it's like kind of fucked up on the back. Whatever, still a dope tee. This is probably the best Dark Throne tee I have. It is a Dark Throne Blaze in the Northern Sky tee. This one is on like the European tag, so it says 100% cotton combed. I love this tag. A lot of people hate it, I feel like in the vintage community, but I love it because the neck is like super thick. It's just a really thick like cotton on it as well. But this one just has a big front print, and then the back is just this massive Dark Throne logo on the back. It's pretty faded out. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see if it's faded or anything, but very faded out. This is one of my favorite tees I have, but I'm thinking of letting it go. I've just had it for so long and I don't wear it a lot. It's the Bauhaus Undead, Bela Lugosi's Dead, obviously, tee on the giant tag right here. It just has a big front print of a film called, I think, The Sorrows of Satan from like the 20s or 30s, something like that. It's a black and white silent film. It says Bauhaus on the bottom. I actually have this tatted on me as well. And then a big Undead on the back. I got this at the Rose Bowl like 3 or 4 years ago. One of my first times. I came down to LA with a couple of my friends, but I just don't wear it a ton anymore and kind of just sits in my closet. So if you guys want it, hit me up on Instagram. We can work out a deal. But yeah, another Bauhaus Bela Lugosi's Dead tee. This one is just super thrash on the back. It's like 90s. And it's the same one as the black tee I have. but just absolutely thrash. It's kind of hard to wear, honestly. This is a really cool one. It's the Resurrection Tour from 1998. And this graphic is super iconic. It's also the Bauhaus School from Belgium. That's their logo. And then the back has their tour dates on it, everything like that, and another little Bauhaus logo on the bottom. I haven't really ever listened to this band besides like a few songs. I have showed this in one of my videos. I think it was the video before last. This is an Yves Plum tee. I saw it on some vintage page on Instagram, and I thought just the graphic was really, really cool, like alone. It's super cracked and faded out, and it has like this deep, deep purple, blue, pink everywhere. Just contrasts like the faded black really, really nicely. And then on the back it says Yves Plum, the band, obviously. They're all right. They don't have that many listeners, but for some reason they have a bunch of merch. Like I've seen a couple of these tees pop up already, and they sell for a decent amount because I think it's just because the shirts look cool and not because people really listen to the band a bunch. Super simple Dark Throne Transylvanian Hunger tee. You guys have probably seen this a million times. On the back, the front, a very iconic graphic. Super cool one. I wear this all the time, anywhere. I wear it to work, to the gym. Super, super sick though. That was the whole video, guys. I hope you enjoyed looking and taking a glance at all of the band tees I own. It is way too many. I do want to end up downsizing on some of these tees, so if you do want some, hit me up and we'll see if we can work something out. But a lot of them probably won't be for sale because I do wear a lot of them all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't see it already, Jay dropped a video about his vintage tees, and he dropped it before I could drop this one. So go ahead and watch his video as well. He has some super sick pieces. Thank you guys. Take care. Peace.